this morning, I showed y'all a little bit of what equality looks like. Here's the thing, is that there's only so much abuse I am capable of taking. And a lot of people wanted to blow it off like it's not a big major deal. The more they blow it off, the more this happens, the more he gets away with it. Now I do need to lend a little bit of credibility to Mr. Farnsworth. He tried to headbutt me this morning. I flinched, and he caught it right in the mouth. So when he says he was headbutted, he's right. It did happen. The thing is that with him repeatedly getting up in my face and threatening to kill me, threatening to assault me, and doing it to many others, and the police every single time blow it off. No, that's not okay. Now for me, having to do all that posturing, what do you expect me to do? Every mandated reporter has gone out of their way to literally lie to me. The only thing I got going for me is the fact that I record it all. But I need help turning it in. Colorado. But I still need help turning it in. That's the thing. I shouldn't have to threaten people back. I shouldn't have to posture like that. I shouldn't have to give people equality. That lady smiled at me. It made me feel better. The hugs do help. That's true, but it's temporary damage. I know that with Claire being in a state of emergency herself, she's autistic as well. She has Asperger's. Now these guys antagonize the situation. They lie to us. We know the laws, all right? We have been through this enough. We know the laws. We know they're being ignored, and you, the American public, want to choose to remain blissfully ignorant and just hate us. As far as the police department goes, I don't feel comfortable going to any of them. The one that I spoke with today, I'd be fine with talking with him, just not one-on-one. I'll be out here most of the day. I got to make enough money for gas if I get to go up to camp. That doesn't guarantee safety. But having people around does increase my chances of having assistance if something bad goes on. So hopefully I'll make enough money here for gas. Gas is the priority. We decided that we're all going to come together and work on this as a group tomorrow. Spend a whole day at it. If I'm able to panhandle up enough to get me gas and them gas, more's the better. I shouldn't have to threaten people back. They tell me, oh, it's no big thing, just let it go. Just let it go. It keeps happening because they want to just let it go. That's not acceptable. There's a gentleman with the bus that I spoke with this morning. He was a funny feller, wasn't he? Not that you guys watched that whole video. It's like 4 hours. You know, the mandated reporters don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's a major issue here. They want to spout ignorance. They're not trained. They're not up to date. And they're not fucking listening. If there's somebody being abused, you know they're being abused, you see them being abused, and you procrastinate, you done screwed up, and it is a cute puppy dog. It's a little, well, it almost looks like a Benji, but white. And smaller. got to hear me on my channel this morning telling people that I would do the same thing back to Mr. Farnsworth. That's the thing, is that they have antagonized the situation and ignored the situation to the point that I have to fear for my safety. I have to fear for, well, I don't think he'll kill me. I think he's too stupid for that. You think I want to posture like that? You think that's something that I enjoy? No, that's not something that ever should have escalated to that point. For me to have safety issues with the police here, there's very specific ones. Unless I'm familiar with all their names, I have to reference my videos on my cards. Well, probably stop talking for a few minutes. Ooh. Just because I don't want to people think that I'm some schizophrenic talking to his telephone, which does happen. Or some schizophrenic talking to himself, sorry. By holding the telephone, people can tell that I'm talking to a telephone, but I set it down while I'm holding the sign. Mr. Farnsworth's safety needs to be a concern as well. And I'd like to be able to have him get help without having to go to jail, because they'll throw him right back out here. That's not helping him, and it's not helping his victims. What it's doing is allowing him repeated access, and obviously he is targeting at-risk individuals. So he's got it together well enough to know who he can target. He's got it together well enough that he can be an evil SOB literally right outside of the church doors and then walk in and be all, oh, praise Jesus, praise Jesus. And that's the thing, is this is exactly what happened with the Natalie situation. I'm being abused. I'm trying to get help. I'm going to my friends. They ain't got the time. They're too drunk. They're too fucking stoned. They're too busy trying to get laid. They're gonna eventually. When they have their life perfect, they'll fucking finally speak up. Well, ain't none of them ever gonna have a perfect life. Things are getting worse, not better. So no, you're not going to have all your shit together. If you're going to use that as an excuse to turn away and look the other way and allow this much harm to come to one individual, holy hell, you're a fucked up person. I didn't expect that lady to smile. California plates. Anyway, it shouldn't get to the point where I have to posture and threaten. That shouldn't be necessary. I shouldn't have to pretend to be Farnsworth to get those son of a bitches to listen to do something about it. I shouldn't have to act like Tim Beasley to get the fucking cops to do something about it, to get these mandated reporters to take it seriously. I shouldn't have to act like these people to turn these fucking people in. I shouldn't have to play mimic with shitty fucking behaviors because you don't care. If you want to tell me what to do and what to think, you're not bothering to fucking listen. And that's gotten more than one of my friends killed. I am to make Natalie Bollinger's name a household name. Everybody should know what she went through. And everybody should know what she did to make her fucking predators happy, because all she wanted was to be loved. If you do this, we'll love you. If you do that, we'll love you. If you harm an innocent man, we will love you. If they pretend, I get harmed. But me going in with actual evidence, that doesn't really work out. I go in there to actually show them. Because every time that I've tried to get this shit sent across the internet, somehow magically the cops can't see it. But if I forward the message that I sent to the cops, what's that about? Yes, sir. Over and over again, I get told that these things are not against the law, or I get told that it's no big deal, that I need to let it go. It happens again. I get told it's no big deal. I gotta let it go. And I gotta go to these places by myself. I need to call this place. I need to call that place. Mandated reporters will not do their fucking job if I have to do it myself. And if I explain that 10,000 more times, are you ever going to finally understand the English words that are coming out of my mouth here in the United States of America, where English is our first language? Many of you who were born right here in the United States don't know any language except English. Get on here and show that you don't understand or comprehend the English language. It's not that I'm not trying to get fucking help. It's that law enforcement blows me off. Mandated reporters blow me off. When I go in to call these places or go to these places, they blow me off. It's nobody's job. Now, we've already got the laws. We've got them here on my YouTube channel. And we've also got them posted on my Facebook. Anybody who wants to look at the mandated reporter laws here in Oregon can look it up, realize I'm telling the truth. It's a matter of looking it up. Oh, that guy's a perverted submariner. He's got a European license plate on his VW that says Das Booty. The one there, not this one, but the one on the other side. Das Booty right in the corner of his window. Now here's the thing, is that obviously it's illegal, right? It's illegal for somebody to threaten me, to harass me, to assault me. It's illegal, but nobody's doing anything about it. Now, if I do it back, then I'm the bad guy, but it should not get to the point where I have to. There are a lot of fucking corpses through this because people want to pull this shit over and over again. I need assistance with this. You're supposed to be an advocate. This Tillamook Family Counseling Services or whatever is one of the places I'm supposed to go. If I'd have known my vehicle was going to actually come up with magic gas. Like a motherfucker, and don't get me wrong, he was close enough to beat him to death without the stick. And that's the reason I pulled out the stick, and I needed him to actually maintain a distance away from me to even get started on my camera. Screaming that I headbutted him, and he's right. It did happen. It absolutely did happen. It's not a lie. It's not something that he hallucinated. He tried to headbutt me. I flinched. He's a little taller than me, and I was a little faster on the draw, so to speak. Or at least, hopefully, that's the way he thinks of it. Like, wow, that was fast. No, it's just a reaction. There's a difference between a reaction and an intention. If you intend to headbutt somebody, you're thinking about it. And that slows down your reaction time. If you intentionally headbutt somebody, it's slower than if you were to flinch while somebody's trying to headbutt you. But if they think you're faster on the draw, they might think you're a faster fighter than they are. And that does scare people. I also want to state for the record that the belt that is on my head did not come from Farnsworth. Right now I'm trying not to shake and I'm having to control my Tourette syndrome. It's not easy, but if I start winking and blinking, people think I'm on drugs. So that's something to pay attention to. Obviously, I'm not actually interested in harming anybody. I should not have to posture like that. I should not have to posture to be mandated reporter side. now. That's not okay. I don't want him going to jail. I want him getting actual help. That means him going to a living facility for 6 months until he's sobered up. You got to find a way to help him to get that. He can't provide that for himself. He's not there mentally well enough to do it. Yeah, definitely got to the physical assault itself is fine. Got the short end of the stick. He should have thought better before doing that. He should have thought better of coming up to my vehicle and harassing me and waking me up like that. He should have thought better of it. When I explain that people are dead to these mandated reporters and they still blow me off, that is unacceptable. This treatment that I'm enduring is because you see these cops making every excuse. You get to hear at the hospital how, a 14-year-old girl being assaulted, and we got to hear that, of course, in the 4-hour video of Farnsworth situation. They were saying when it comes to children and when it comes to family, that's what they're mandating reporters for. And no, it's for the elderly, and it's also for the disabled, at-risk adults. These guys aren't paying attention. $5 a month, maybe $6 a month. So I'm not gonna. There might be bigger bills in there, but I'm fucking stoked. I've been out here for a while, 25 minutes. And that's how long I had to sit to make something. Can we please help Mr. Farnsworth? Natalie Bollinger needed help, and none of you would help her. And she fucking died. I made a video right before Jamie was assaulted there in the river about the risk. And literally as soon as I did the video, that dude, he got away with it. Jamie, she can't defend herself. She's like Farnsworth, where she screams and hoots and hollers and shouts, but she's not violent to people. She's just scared. I see you! I see you! Oh my God! I want to pet her doggy. Oh, I wish that was an angry bark. I wish that was an angry bark. But no, when a dog is angry barking, it's got a little more girth to it. They don't make it as squeaky. And when it's not an angry bark, they'll stick their tongue out in between. Which is cute. Yeah, I'm petrified of Farnsworth. I can't, but I lost enough loved ones. Fucking had a mental goddamn breakdown over that. Understand that, yeah, dude's fucked. There's no help for him, and there's supposed to be. I don't want to have to threaten the same exact threats that he made. I don't want to have to threaten them back. That doesn't fucking feel good. And the thing is, even if you have the evidence, if you're poor, they won't look. They'll make any excuse, especially if you're homeless. You go to the hospital to try to turn this stuff in, and 90% of the time you're treated like a fucking junkie. On the bright side, the hospital here, well, they didn't do their jobs as mandated reporters, but they put on a good show. There was one hospital where they were decent to me, and that was in McCook, Nebraska. Mr. Farnsworth doesn't need to be getting headbutted. Not by me or anyone else. That isn't going to help him. That's not going to fix it. If he comes around me again, I'm going to pretend like it was on purpose and I was just first on the draw. I'm going to pretend it's on purpose and I'm going to posture because I have to. Just like with Tim Beeson threatening to kill my friends and family before Natalie was killed. You're goddamn right I postured. I needed somebody to take it seriously and listen. God damn it. I shouldn't have to scream at the top of my lungs. I shouldn't have to break windows. I shouldn't have to light fires. I shouldn't have to threaten the President of the United States because mandated reporters nationwide are fucking lazy pieces of shit when it comes to the homeless. Your bias and hatred is what they prey upon. That's their bread and butter. The homeless and victimizing the homeless is the bread and butter for many of these organizations. They don't have to do their jobs. If they do their jobs as mandated reporters, then you don't need them anymore, and they don't get any more government tax dollars for helping you. Now, as far as getting a legal stop put on the officers here, that's actually real easy to do for somebody in a house. Especially if they have as much evidence as I have, and being in a house, they'll be able to have a place to process it. That's what we need to look at, not necessarily we. Alright, I should actually check to see if there's enough here for $5 worth of gas. Holy shit, she gave me a lot more than $1, or a lot more than $5. $10 cash, so that's definitely more than $5. We try to come up with 20 today. I definitely have to still be afraid of Mr. Farnsworth. And of course, at this point, it has gotten to the point where my safety issues and concerns that have gone unaddressed have gotten to the point where I have to posture and I have to threaten back. I don't want to do that. It's mean. situation with Molly, if you guys were paying attention during that period of time. You get to see that, yeah, I was trying. They weren't looking. With me having to record it, so goes life. And there's a lot of these people that I'm angry with that I have told off that threw me away. But the thing is, I miss those people. I don't get to see them because they don't take it seriously. They pay so much attention to their friend that they didn't even know I wasn't in Boulder, Colorado. So of course, it's trying to keep people safe and protect them from this violence. And having to endure this violence myself, being told over and over again, it's not illegal for them to, it is illegal for them to threaten. It is recorded. That was the police officer who came by to investigate it this morning. You know, I'm thankful for him, actually. Good day, CG. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I did pay attention. It's just, if it's pronounced CG, just type CG. If I have to pronounce it the other way, just type OK. Hello? Gotta give me a piece. Heck yeah. A lot of times when I come out here, I'm happy with the humanity that is served. Yes, sir, Mr. Smith. Alright, so, one thing that I did notice about when people are typing it on my YouTube channel, on my phone I don't have the ability to have it save the message. That's why it's a good thing I take screenshots because I can prove it. It might still pop up on my YouTube channel on my computer, but you know, when I try to set it up on my phone, there's a special setting so that you can make it so that it's desktop, but then it doesn't want to work at all. Anyway, there's a lady here. She just drove up and parked in at the stop sign, and she smiled at me. You know, those smiles actually do more for me than the money. They help out with my mental health. I had my feet over, but this guy doesn't want to run me over on accident. You're clear. I won't step out in the street. You're good. Heck yeah. Smiles and waves. Bonjour. Hold on. I want to say Jennifer. Oh my God, I'm horrible with names. Good to see you. She should tell her story, I think. It's horrible. Also, she's got the scars to prove it. Of course, I know people who, alright, there's this guy I know that was never in the military, but he was in ROTC. And, he had a emergency appendectomy, and he had the emergency appendectomy in a B-grade hospital. So he's got this scar. It's crescent shaped, and it's about 6 to 8 inches long, I suppose. And he tried telling me it was from a mortar. No, dude. And so that's the thing about, you can tell your lies and people may believe you and may not, but when it's people you know, and they already know about your service, they already know about your family, they're friends with your family, they're gonna know your bullshit. Now, as far as Mr. Farnsworth being schizophrenic and delusional, pretty fucking obviously. Now, we can not make that assessment now. We know that he's enduring trauma, mass quantities of it, especially after the loss of his brother. Casey! Who's out there flying too now? Says he got headbutted, you know what, that's absolutely true. He may have initiated it, he caught the business end. And, yeah, that's not me victimizing him. That's, at this point, victimization by the mandated reporters. It's obvious that there is an issue. A long-term issue. It's obvious that many people here are aware of his issue. It is a small town and a lot of people know him and they want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but they're giving it to him over and over and over again. Him getting headbutted this morning. You know, if the cops had done something about this situation before, I'd have had legal recourse. They tell me I got to go in and do this stuff myself, and there's people who are supposed to help me with it, but you get to see how even Monica, she went out of her way to make sure. And I don't even want to... I ought to post those videos up, because they talk nice, but then they can't help turn in the evidence. They go out of their way to make it so that I have to do this over the phone. Stuff that needs to be turned in person. I get told I got to do it across the internet, which means that I have to waste resources trying to access it. I don't want to be all up in my skills right now, but I don't want this Farnsworth getting hurt again. Obviously, I'm able to read the room. When it came to Jamie and Hood River, I could read the room. I said what would happen, and yeah, that's exactly what happened. Same thing with Mr. Farnsworth. I explained what would happen, and that's exactly what happened. Although on the bright side, I got in the best end of the deal. Thank goodness for my reflexes, you know? I definitely got a concussion. But I didn't make a solid connection with it. My concussion is from hitting the ground. It took me a couple of times of feeling my head to remember I did that. You know, I don't want him getting in trouble for shit that he didn't do. As far as him attempting to assault me, he failed. You're okay. She gave me $5, then she flipped off the dude's vehicle next to her. I learned a few tricks over the year to hide the fact that I have fixes. If I start winky blinking, I can cover one eye, or I can turn my head to the side so they can only see one of my eyes blinking. And they don't realize that it's blinking at a sequence. A lot of times when I'm talking to people and they're scared shitless, I'll stare at the floor. If I'm not scared shitless, I'll look at the architecture. The ladies at the new Starbucks that opened allowed me to use the bathroom this morning. They're super sweet. That's like saying nice, though. You know how it is with nice. Nice doesn't mean good. Just because they smile doesn't mean that they want to help you, but because they smile, it helps to put you at ease. When an officer smiles about a screwed up situation, that's extremely unnerving. For me to have to go through this stuff and try to do it at a library, I've had to go to the library on multiple occasions. It's not that I'm not willing to go to the library. Alright, and this is another thing that probably shouldn't get me excited and make me happy, but I just saw a black woman. In Chapel, Nebraska, every time I see a black person, I smile. I just can't help it. I grew up in the system. I'm scared shitless of white folks for a reason. Not every white person is an ignorant asshole, but we've taught most of them that it's okay. Look away, look away. If it's not happening to you, look away. We can fight for black rights without joining a hate group like BLM. We can fight for white rights without joining a hate group like the KKK. We can fight for women's rights without joining a hate group like Me Too. We can fight for all of these people's rights by protecting one class of people in the United States. And that would be the homeless. You want equality? Protect the homeless. Make equal laws. If it's illegal for everyone. If it's illegal for men, it's also illegal for women. If it's illegal for the mentally ill, then it's illegal for the rest of you as well. See, we've got on the books laws that are special rights for disabled people that aren't obviously being followed. The protocols that they have established, these are protocols, not laws. When their protocols do not line up with the laws, they're getting people killed. Eileen, not knowing her job as a mandated reporter. Dean this morning wanting to, well, him and that other feller, they don't know the laws. They are spouting ignorance at me and talking over me, so they don't actually hear what's going on. Yes, that scares the shit out of me. They're going out of their way not to listen, to make assumptions, and of course, to lie about what the law actually states. But she don't look too happy. If I could bring a little joy to her life, I would. Oh, she loves her dogs. And she typed she's got two paws on the back of her vehicle. They're cute. One of them it says, "Who rescued who?" Yeah. Rescuing a dog, sometimes that does rescue you. You rescue a dog because you need love. I would have gotten more before Casey showed up there, but here's the thing. I made $15. That's not too bad. And he's not a bad person either, you know. Everything's copacetic. There's only so much abuse that I should be required to endure before, obviously, when it gets to the point where I literally have to defend myself, where I have to act like my predators, a fucking A-right, it scares them. I am a scary and intimidating son of a bitch. I am tiny, but I am loud. I can take a lot of fucking pain and a lot of fucking punishment. Now, as far as the headbutt this morning, you know, that right there, some people might try to push that on the Farnsworth as me having a concussion. Obviously, it's not bad enough for me to go to the hospital, so it's going to go unreported, but that's not Farnsworth who did that. It wasn't the headbutt that gave me friggin'... Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking puke. Can I fuck cancer too? Yes, you can, sir. Yeah, that's what I was worried about, because you're on one side of the vehicle, I'm on the other. If we get our reflections hitting them mirrors, they're going to end up not being able to see out of either side. I'm not saying you look like the ass end of a weak dead water buffalo, because you don't, but damn, Captain Kangaroo looks like he had some bad days. Right?
You're an asshole.
Thank you. I was just recording while I was panhandling and, of course, venting about the situation with Farnsworth and how pissed off I am that I literally had to do that shit back. You know, I was also venting a little bit about the situation and trying to get gas money and hoping I could come up with $20 and maybe kick down some gas for you. Now you're in the prime spot here and you haven't been kicked off like me. So you're good to go. I'm gonna try to make like $5 more and then I made $15. Heck yeah, one lady gave me 10 $1 bills and another lady gave me a 5, so I'm most of my way to the 20. But I'm gonna, if there's 2 of us out here, they'll still kick down to you, and definitely more than me, but they're more likely to kick down to you instead of deciding they're not gonna kick down to either one of us because there's 2 of us and they don't have the ability. So I'm actually gonna head on and make sure I put gas in my vehicle, and then I'll probably come back.
I didn't crush your groove there, did I?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, this is the way it works. This is the best spot, and since we're working together, take the spot because I can't. I mean,
you got kicked off of here?
The Molly situation. When she tried to break into the building playing victim, yeah, the cops didn't pay any attention. Now, I have talked to, there's a assistant manager here named Caleb, and there's a lot of witnesses to it. I mean, there was at least a dozen people in the parking lot that I've spoken with that were witnesses. That guy in the big ass Ford with a dog in the back, that dog's name is Coors, named after the beer. But he was there. His name's Dallas Palmer, and I don't know the last names of a lot of his friends, but like one of them was named Luke. His girlfriend was there. I think his mom was there. His mom is a sassy lady. I like her. Like, seriously, is there anything better in this, other than puppies, is there anything better in this world than a sassy fat lady?
Not many.
Not many. And I'm not saying she's morbidly obese, because she ain't, but she's not one of them.
She jumped for joy and got stuck.
You're a dick. Now adult jokes on my channel. No, go ahead. I curse. I use the word cunt on my channel. So yeah, we can have some
You say the cunt word.
Yeah, well, I use it specifically.
I say it while I'm folding my laundry. Cunt.
If your lies or negligence results in innocent people being harmed or killed, you get the title of cunt. Natalie Bollinger got the title of cunt. No matter how much I loved her, it didn't make any difference. No matter how much I loved Jamie and her son, it didn't make any difference. A player is a fucking player. And of course, meth does messed up things to people's heads. So does heroin. She tried claiming that I slandered her name, but here's the thing, is that all the evidence shows that I told the truth. When I said she was on heroin, her autopsy report proved that. When I said she was molested and fucking raped by her dad, not just myself, but multiple of her friends got a hold of me to let me know what was going on. That I was telling the truth, and that they knew about Ted Bollinger, they're just scared shitless of him. Which, of course, they don't come forward, and it's just my word versus the cops. Doesn't matter that it's recorded because I can't process it. Yeah, on the bright side, I'm prettier than you are. Barely. I'm so full of shit, my eyes are brown. Right? All right, well, I'll see you shortly, Captain.
All right. So what's the plan? She didn't really tell me too much about what y'all talked about.
I'm going to try to come up with money so I can follow you guys to camp. Which
tonight?
I think tonight. I'm not for certain. I got to go out to my storage and get some of the evidence that's in there.
Okay.
But that way we can kind of review it a little bit. And also we can set it down and jot a time for each one of us needs somebody there to help. And if we keep each other motivated and go at it every single day, I'm willing to come out here at 9 a.m. to noon every day and panhandle for gas. And then we can all convene at the library, not necessarily every day, but hopefully, and actually work together on all of our stuff.
So I actually had a thought about that. I told you I had a little bit of stuff going on and up over the hill.
Yep.
Towards Portland. there's a lot more resources out there. There's a lot more people are just it's
There's more resources, but I was up there and they turned me down. They also turned me down for trying to turn in Rebecca when she was missing. The thing is, everybody keeps telling me to go to Portland. I went to Portland first.
not to Portland, to where I don't want to say it while you're recording, but
Right.
where I told you about. I've actually got kind of set up out there.
And if we say it while we're recording, we might get 30 hobos who want to show up, and 26 of them are the assholes that we don't want
I said
showing
it was
up.
better and more resources. I didn't say how much better and how many more resources. I mean, they're slightly better. You get an extra piece of bread with dinner, and housing is actually for real. It's like real housing is not this bullshit. I mean, less than a year wait. They've bought 10 or 12 hotels out there, and on a lottery system, you get your name called, you get a room for as long as it takes for you to find a house.
We could definitely do that. I already kind of sort of have established residency here just because I have to have my mail sent somewhere.
Yep.
I did get my approval for my medical insurance again, and I also got my approval for the food stamps. It's going to be $75, around $75 this month, but the cards didn't come with them. Yeah. Yesterday I had to talk to the cops, and that was a fucking bunch of bullshit. And the day before, with me having to do that at the hospital, and one of the cops I was trying to turn into the mandated reporters ended up being the cop that showed up, and he antagonized the fuck out of the situation. Then I was talking, you know how it is. This morning I was talking 4,000 miles a minute. Same thing at the hospital. They antagonize the situation until you're stressed and in a friggin' state of panic. They know what they're doing, and that's the worst part. They know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to send you into a panic attack and use that as an excuse why you're the bad guy. And you're less prone to that than me and Claire, but I've seen you get your girl was over the situation. Oh, I guess it was over there when we were at that one park. A lady wanted to tell us that we had to move. It's after 6 o'clock in the morning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Why are you harassing us? All right, well, I'm not your good luck charm right now, so I'm leaving you. I'm going to spend one of these dollars over at McDonald's. I was having problems with connection issues because I was too far away from the building. And it was so busy, there was a bunch of people going through the line, so it wasn't a happening thing. Relocating anywhere closer to the windows, because the brick side, that signal doesn't want to go through the bricks. All right, stay ugly, Captain.
Take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Where are we meeting up? Or just hit the phone?
Well, you got my phone. Just fucking hit me up when you're ready.
All right. I had to do a reset on my phone. Shoot me a message with your name just in case I lost shit.
Yes, sir.
I haven't really done much on my phone except for...
And see, that'll make it a pain in the ass for both of us. But the fact that you let me know about it means that we can work around it. And it's also recorded on my YouTube channel. So when the cops try saying I didn't try to get help, at least when they try pretending that life doesn't happen, that this is all, I just decided to be a bad guy. Like, no, we're trying. We're jumping through the hoops. All right, I'll see you shortly. Thank you. Can I pet Athena?
She would love that.
Yes, she would. Oh, that's the belly. That's the belly. Oh, she got it. She got it.
She's brittle.
Yeah. Congratulations. I was afraid she was going to rip his dick off when they got stuck like that. Good girl. Good girl, mamas. Good girl, mamas. Yeah. 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 Good girl. Good girl. I'm not your good luck charm. You haven't made $1 since I got here. I better go. Fuck cancer. That's what his sign says. When you When you blow off an at-risk adult who has taken severe quantities of abuse, that doesn't stop the abuse. Now, of course, I made sure that I postured greatly in the video with Mr. Farnsworth. Saying I would do the same things back to him. I don't want to do that. You get to hear that posturing. You also get to look back through my history with me going to cops, getting blown off, having my resources taken away, lying to me about what the law states. That's the big kicker right here, and that's where you need somebody else involved. When people are assaulting you or attempting to assault you, that's not okay. Well, Tillamook County Sheriff truck, they go through here frequently. The major issue here is not Farnsworth. It's Sheriff's Department, Police Department, and of course, any and all other mandated reporters. Now this is Tillamook Family Crisis Center. Oh, that lady right there in the Chevy, she's one of the, she's the one that was yelling at me over there with Mr. Farnsworth the day he got arrested for assaulting that lady. And that's the lady that wanted to yell at me then. I'm not sure what she said. If you guys heard what she said, you can type it in there. Anyway, oh, Siggy, did you get to read that message I forwarded from Natalie Bollinger? I did resend it to the your name at live. I didn't send it to the Gmail one because it had other words in it. So when I clicked on it, it didn't automatically take me to it, which that's kind of the way I do that in that situation because it's easy. Whereas if I try to type it in by hand, I might get frustrated or I might get halfway through it and go, all right, was there one G or two? Oh, there's another cop here. Here to the right. I just want to be left alone. If I move to a place, even if it's only temporary, I have to deal with this. I also have to deal with the fact that I'm starting off somewhere new, where people don't know me. A lot of them might be friends with some of these mentally ill people. And I don't really like the title of mentally ill. If I say mentally ill, you guys, well, you can see how you treat people. Mr. Farnsworth does have major problems. He has the problems that my predators pretend that I have. Meanwhile, I've got the paperwork to prove that I'm not schizophrenic, to prove that I'm not bipolar, that I'm not delusional. It shows that I do have PTSD. That's post-traumatic stress disorder, for those of you that don't know. Now, with that lady who was wanting to try pretending like I was a bad person for standing up to Mr. Farnsworth, well, maybe she should take a look at what he has done, not only to myself, but also to others. And we're not supposed to be afraid. Alright, that'll go through a tire. Yeah, it's a drill bit. If that goes through a tire, that is the end of the world for your tire. It's about time to go get some gas too. I just want to make sure I walk some of this off. Sitting in my car, it gets painful. And my legs, if I don't move them, it hurts worse when I gotta move them. You ever wake up with your legs locked in place? Like, oh crap, man. Why the hell didn't I go for a walk last night? Most of the time it's because I can't get out of my car, so I mean there is that. If my back is screwed up enough that my legs are wobbly, I just sit there. And that usually does lead to my legs locking up. Alright. Singular type, ha, if you were bipolar or schizophrenic, I am the Emperor of China. You might be. Oh, he also typed, yep, I did. I'm assuming that's an answer to the question of if you got the email. That was actually forwarded already to several hundred people who promised to look at it and promised to share it. Promised to help me. Problem is, I sent it to them. I forwarded it to them. I get treated like I'm schizophrenic and making it up. And that's the great thing about recording it. Do what?
Talking shit to Thomas.
Oh, you're good. Top of the morning, and thank you for existing, sir.
You too, man. Have a
Thank
good day. Take care.
I definitely am.
Oh, I know he's not in there petting my puppy.
You get to see how it doesn't start off with me screaming. It starts off with me being nice, and I make excuses for them. Yeah, absolutely. And I probably shouldn't. And then, of course, as it advances, I try to get help. I try to explain to people what a situation it is, and that it can very quickly advance into something far worse if nobody puts it in check. I explained to them that these are the kind of rumors that get people killed. I try to explain that Natalie Bollinger is proof of exactly that. These people thought they were going to bully me to the point that I committed suicide, and they succeeded, but they didn't succeed until after Natalie got her head blown off. Now to blow my friend's head off and then pretend that I'm schizophrenic for saying she got her head blown off. And it's all over the news that she got her head blown off. There's details of her murder all over the internet. But there's also a lot of slander, and none of you guys bother to look at the slander or try to understand that it is slander. You don't bother to go to the source. In many of these cases, I went directly to the source. Oh wow, I don't know what this is, but it's cool looking. Looks like some sort of caltrop. I'm fairly certain that would hurt if I stabbed myself in the finger with it. I think this is actually one of the, on a fishing pole, how it's got the eyelets. I think this is one of those that got bent. The biggest issue with going in alone is that they're going to treat you this way. And then, because you had to go in alone, people procrastinated and didn't understand how important it was. When it gets to the point where Mr. Farnsworth has gotten up in my face, threatened to assault me and threatened to kill me on several occasions, he's taken part in assaulting people. I had a lot of people tell me he wasn't violent, and then I ran into a few people he was assaulted by. Or a few people that he had assaulted. I'm like, well, this is something that needs to be mentioned and documented. When it comes to their safety and protection, that is important, and so is mine. People say, take care of number one. Hello. People say, take care of number one. Well, I certainly try. Within my physical and mental abilities, anyway. Within my financial abilities. And of course, within my geographic location. A lot of people, they're too busy talking to stop and listen. Or they're too busy typing stuff to stop and listen. They don't know what's going on. They're just telling you what to think and what to feel. Then, of course, they want to play fucking retarded and then tell you you're talking in circles. Bitch, you're giving me the fucking runaround. The laws are not being followed by law enforcement. They're not being followed by mandated reporters. They're not being followed by the hospitals. When it comes to a homeless person, you might as well just be a junkie because you're going to get treated that way anyway. Fucking A. I record all the time because if I don't get to record the very beginning of it, they pretend it happened. But, of course, my electronics run out of juice or I have to fucking sleep eventually. Molly, fucking doing that shit while I'm sleeping, doing that shit while I'm trying to watch a show. And what did the cops do about it? Nothing. Now, they should have already offered me, on the first day, they should have offered me a room at their offices to go through my evidence. They're supposed to. They're all supposed to have one of those. It's called a room. If you don't have another place to do it, they're supposed to allow you access to the interview room. That is a safety thing. Obviously, if there is a safety issue with people within the community and you have to sit down and do that work, there are going to be places that are unsafe. Unfortunately, the police have shown themselves to be the perpetrators of this situation, just as the ones in Hood River were, although they were far worse. Most of the officers here are looking at a $2,000 fine. The officers in Hood River are looking at prison time, and so are several of the DHS workers there. Prison time, not $2,000, you didn't do your job as a mandated reporter bullshit, but actual felonies. The doctor himself that I saw when I tried to turn in the poison crap, that doctor himself committed felonies. What he was supposed to do was call the cops. Thank goodness I got it recorded. But I got to go through and find the instances and write down the dates of it. And I have to go through thousands of videos to do that. And I shouldn't have to record that much. But with the frequency of this shit, if I don't, you see what happens. No legal recourse. They pretend that the evidence doesn't exist or the crime didn't happen. Meanwhile, they'll lock me up. I was literally sent to prison for crimes that weren't fucking committed. Sorry about that. Oh, Siggy typed, yes, it was. There was every detail of how she died in the videos I saw. How can someone say that you're making it up if it is even in the news? Well, that's the thing, is that people didn't stop harassing me because even though they found her killer, I mean, you listen to that thing in German. I don't even understand German, but I've been showing people, because I got called schizophrenic. That's one of the things they tried using as an excuse to pretend I'm schizophrenic. That, and when I said there was 94,000 views on one of my videos alone. Oh, well, he must be schizophrenic. Matter of fact, I'll probably tag you in that video shortly. It was the one where it was either one of the missing persons posts or the one where I offered every penny I had to try to get her safe. But I do know there's a lot of videos there, and one of them got 94,000 views. As far as Natalie Bollinger's final public post, here's the thing, is that, yeah, she can say whatever she wants, but there's evidence that shows that it's bullshit. And I've sent it to a lot of people who claim that they would help, and then they're like, oh, dude, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Call me. Siggy, well, he actually called me. Wraith, in 6 years' time, couldn't call me. Danny, in 6 years' time, couldn't call me. These are people who I've known for years. Siggy, he typed at me one day, called me that day. I started going to the internet because with me not being allowed to turn it in, I needed someone else to turn it in for me. And then they lie to those people and say that you can't turn in the crimes for me. Yes, you can. It's the only way it's going to work. If I try to turn them in, they'll give me the mentally ill treatment or you just need to let it go. Well, look how many times the let it go bullshit with Mr. Farnsworth. Let it go, let it go, let it go. It continues, it continues, it continues. You got a lot of pretty notions in your head. But the thing is, they're in your head. They have nothing to do with fucking reality. Your assumptions versus the evidence. In reality, the evidence shows what happened. Also, in reality, your assumptions have gotten people killed, including Natalie Bollinger. Your assumptions. There's a lot of people who got a hold of me to say, man, I thought you fucking killed her after watching that. At the end of it, they said that you didn't do it. But that was after an entire 30-minute show where they're trying to paint it up as if you're some sort of a horrible monster. Now, I can usually tell when they make one of those because people start getting a hold of me to threaten my life. God bless America. Also, this is a serious international issue because I've had my life threatened by people in Germany. I've had my life threatened by people in Canada. I've had my life threatened by people across the world. Now, Siggy, he can actually verify at least the German one. Also, he can verify the email from 2016 about Natalie Bollinger's dad. I'm not sure how much of it he'll be able to see beyond that. I hope he can see how many people it was sent to that didn't do shit, that didn't try, that wasted my time, gave me empty promises, said they were gonna, and last minute, always some excuse. But those excuses resulted in more people being killed. Those excuses resulted in more predators getting away. And those excuses resulted in multiple crimes against me by the same predators over and over again. With Tim Beeson talking about putting me in the ground. You know, that's the thing, is that these guys ignore the abuse until I have been pushed to the point that I want my life to fucking end. And absolutely I do. But I'm not trying to kill myself, I'm trying to get help. But then, of course, if I go in alone, then they go out of their way to restate everything that I'm telling them so that they don't have to do their jobs. Just like that officer there at the hospital. Multiple times he's done that. That is inappropriate. That is illegal and immoral. And, of course, if you guys don't share that information, it continues to happen. Nobody does anything about it, it continues to happen. I get called mentally ill. And of course, my predators get away because there are many witnesses. They've seen these things with their own two eyes. They don't help me to turn it in. My predators were allowed to put slander in my court date, depriving me of all of my rights. But what do you expect? My so-called friends always at the last minute made me go in alone. Alone. Or they have no time to find out what's going on. They want to argue with me and texting for 4 hours, though. They want to say, I don't have any time. I don't have time. You had 4 hours. You could have done something other than waste. Arguing over you not got time. You had 4 hours to argue. Alright, I'm going to end the video here because I'm over at Chevron. I got to get some gas. And then back over to McDonald's. And then we'll see how well he did. As far as panhandling. I'll probably end up out there panhandling a little more because I gotta make a living. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Food time. You know how we end these videos? Good to be ready. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper. And no victim left behind.